The more you understand people, the less you trust them. Have you ever noticed that the people who think the most are the ones who trust the least, the ones who smile less, but understand more? And maybe that person is you. You've been told your whole life, stop overthinking, relax, you're making it worse. But what if I told you, overthinking isn't your weakness, it's your unfiltered perception. And the reason it hurts is because you're seeing things others are too distracted to notice. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand something most people never will. Why overthinkers don't just think too much, they see too much. You'll discover why your mind never switches off, why you feel disconnected from most people, and the dark truth about reality that only overthinkers can handle by the end of this. You won't want to fix your mind anymore. You'll learn how to own it. Most people live on the surface. They hear words but ignore tone. They see actions but miss intention. They experience moments but never question them. But you analyze everything. The pause before someone replies, the slight change in their voice, the energy in the room. You don't just listen, you decode. And that's where it begins, because once you start seeing patterns, you can't unsee them. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The more you understand people, the less you trust them. People think overthinking is anxiety. It's not. It's pattern recognition on overdrive. Your brain is constantly connecting dots. Why do they say that? What did they really mean? Why does this feel off? While others accept reality at face value, you look underneath it. And most of the time, you're right. That's why people call you negative, because you're pointing out things they're too comfortable to admit. But here's the problem. Truth is isolating. When you see too much, you realize how much of life is performance, fake smiles, forced conversations, hidden motives. You notice when someone is pretending, you feel when energy shifts, and slowly, you start pulling away, not because you hate people, but because you can't pretend not to see what's real. That's why small talk drains you. That's why crowds feel empty. That's why sometimes you feel alone even when surrounded by people. Because your mind is operating on a level most people never reach, and that leads to something even darker. Your greatest strength becomes your biggest prison, because when your mind sees everything, it also questions everything, every decision, every word, every possibility. What if I'm wrong? What if there's more? What if this changes everything? Your brain doesn't rest. It runs, constantly scanning for threats, meanings, outcomes, and sometimes you don't even know what's real anymore. Because when you see too many perspectives, certainty disappears. Have you ever felt like you knew something would happen? A betrayal, a shift, a situation going wrong, and then it did? That's not luck. That's your mind picking up subtle signals, micro-expressions, behavioral inconsistencies, emotional patterns, things most people ignore. But you don't, because your brain is constantly asking, what's beneath this? And here's the scary part. Most people don't want to see what you see. Ignorance is comfortable. It allows people to trust blindly, to live without questioning, to feel safe in illusions. But you don't have that luxury, because once your mind starts digging, it doesn't stop. You question relationships, you question intentions, you question reality itself. And sometimes you wish you could go back to not knowing, back to not feeling everything so deeply, but you can't, because awareness doesn't have an off switch. Now here's what nobody tells you. Your overthinking isn't broken, it's just untrained. Because when controlled, this same mind becomes a weapon. You see opportunities others miss. You read people instantly. You avoid traps before they happen. You don't just react to life, you anticipate it. But only if you stop letting your thoughts control you and start controlling them. Right now, your mind is like a storm, loud, chaotic, unpredictable. But storms can be harnessed. The key isn't to stop overthinking, it's to direct it. Ask better questions, not what if everything goes wrong, but what's actually in my control. Not why did they do that, but does it even matter? You don't need fewer thoughts, you need stronger focus, because when an overthinker learns discipline, they become unstoppable. And here's the truth most people will never admit. The world isn't built for deep thinkers, but it's shaped by them. So if you've ever felt like you think too much, feel too deeply, see too clearly, good, because that means you're not asleep, you're not distracted, you're not blind, you're aware. And yes, it comes with pain. Yes, it isolates you. But it also gives you something rare. And in a world full of noise, clarity is power. So don't silence your mind, master it. Because the same mind that's breaking you right now is the one that can make you dangerously powerful.